Welcome to this new Flight Simulator update movie. In this movie we're gonna look at Cologne, which is one of the cities which received a photogrammetry update as part of City Update number 1, also known as CU1, which was released on Thursday already, right? So it's already a few days out. It's photogrammetry content, right, which requires, I would say, data connection, so be aware of that. So we're currently flying above the city, already outside of the center, so let's make some turns and then let's go in the direction of the center to see how it looks like. I'm using the Xbox Series X and a Velocity 1 joystick to fly with, and one of the cool features of the Velocity 1 that the status panel now works if you're using Sim Update number 10 in combination with the latest firmware version of the Velocity 1. And be aware of that, there was an initial release of the software which caused some issues in some scenarios. If that's the case, then make sure that you install the, I would say, intermittent fix which they released a few days ago. They promised to fix the issue eventually in the later release of the firmware, which will be version 1.3. So here we go, right? We're going to one of the let's say point of interest, right? So point of interest are, I would say, handcraft, so they're not, I would say, photogrammetry content, right? Oh, hard word. But the rest has been updated, so let's have a look at it. I'm going to change the angle of the camera a bit. This is probably better, so we can keep an eye on it. Now you can see that the content is, I would say, pretty nice with the photogrammetry content. If you're using, I would say, cache mode, then make sure that you reset the cache, right, because else it might not pick it up correctly. Some nice buildings over here, which definitely look better compared to, I would say, prior to CU1. We've got some handcrafted boys, the Zolder Bridge, and the Cologne Cathedral. Again, those are, I would say, handcrafted, right? But the rest of the city has received a massive update. So if you're living in Cologne and you're playing Flight Simulator, let me know if this is really accurate, right? If it looks more realistic, because that's what I'm always interested in to hear, let's say, from people who are living in the city. There's a nice tower in front of us, so let's say be careful that we're not flying against it. This one is, I would say, part of the photogrammetry content, right? This one is not a point of interest, at least it's not marked as a point of interest, although it looks, I would say, pretty nice, right? So we will go back, now you can see it again, change the angle. So let's fly a little bit further over the city. Always keep an eye on the altitude, because as you can see, we're flying pretty low, right? 600 feet. Going to the Rhine Energy Station. That one's a bit outside of the city itself, right? So the city is located pretty close to an airport, Cologne Airport, which is not a small airport, also not a very big airport, if I'm correct. So here we have the stadium. From this angle, then we can see it better, right? So this is how it looks like. And you can see that the surrounding buildings have now more detail compared to, let's say, prior to this update, which is cool. You see, it's a little bit cloudy, that's why it sometimes might be hard to see.
Request clearance to transition Charlie airspace.
Something to keep in mind.
Hotel Bravo, Romeo Alpha Charlie. Request clearance to transition Charlie airspace.
Charlie approach. Cleared through the Charlie airspace.
So here
Cleared
we
through
go
Charlie
again back to the
airspace,
city
Cessna
itself.
Golf, Sierra Alpha. Cleared through Charlie airspace, Cessna Romeo Alpha Charlie.
Now we're passing the tower which we just passed on the other side. We're just passing it now in the opposite direction, right? See that the clouds are pretty dark, right? So probably it start raining soonish here. There's some nice white clouds. And here we can see the city again, right? So a lot of detail. It looks like it's more accurate, right? But if you're living in the city, let me know if it is indeed, I would say, really realistic, or it's, I would say, not as realistic as you would have hoped for. Keep in mind that the photogrammetry contents are always based on Bing Maps, and they are not always as updated as you want, right? There's always some delay. Also this part, right, if I look at the buildings next to the river, looks nice. You can even see, I would say, a big wheel over there. Almost feels like you're flying in London, right? Which also has the nice wheel which you can fly, which you can take part of, right? Nice attraction. Traffic alerts. More people are flying over. This looks to be an industry terrain or something, industrial area.
Cessna Golf Sierra Alpha traffic is 9 o'clock 4 miles at 1,400 feet Cessna Skyhawk. Report them in sight. Cessna Golf Sierra Alpha have the traffic.
So really cool, right? So as we're leaving the city already behind us, right? It's over there. We end the video because the rest of the, I would say, this part is not received any photogrammetry updates, unless it is still the city of Cologne, because this was one of the cities which has received photogrammetry content as part of city update number 1. I hope you liked this video. If you liked it, then consider to use the like button. If you got questions or comments, then feel free to post in the comment box below. And if you want to stay up to date about new videos, then make sure that you're subscribing to my channel. Thanks for watching and see you next time.